Welcome back. This is part 2 of the 2006 project, the dice, or the electronic dice. These are the supports that attach to the base, which was part 1. We have to make 2 of these. It says brass on the design. I'm actually going to make them out of aluminium. It really doesn't make any much difference. Not a difficult piece to do at all. The hardest part really is just drilling the hole and then bending properly. So I'm going to show you the manufacturing and marking out of one of them, but you have to do 2. So we start off by making sure that we have our piece orientated correctly. This piece I know the angle is 90 degrees down here. I've checked it with a T-square already. This length has to be longer than this length, and it is. So we're going to mark the outline of the piece first of all. So the edge is 74. So I'm going to measure up 74 millimeters. Mark that. T-square line across, and it's thin material, so you must pick it up when you're marking it out. And we're going to look at the base now. In the base we're actually going to do a few lines at the one time. So from our plan view here, we can see that each section is 20 millimeters long, totaling 60. But what we're also going to do to save a little bit of time, these holes are in 10, so I can measure 10, mark 20, mark 40, I can mark 60, I know. And then the center line, all of these are on the same center line. We're told here it's radius 10 for the fillet, so we know that the distance from this edge is 10 and the distance from this edge is 10. So we can also mark off 50 millimeters from the left edge to give us that center line. So we're going to do all those at the one time. So I line up my ruler carefully. I'm going to mark 10, 20, 40, 50 and 60. I'm going to T-square a solid line across at 60. And another solid line at 50. I'm going to do a dashed line at what was 40 so that the bend line stands out. Takes a little bit longer to do, but it can help if you have a lot of lines to reduce confusion. Now we also want to do a bend line at 20. And then we have a final line here at 10, and I'm just going to mark the left and the right, like so. Now this is our 10 line, our 2 holes go on that, our bend line at 20, our bend line at 40, our center line for the 3 holes here, and our end of the piece. This material, I'm going to cut it off on the bench shears. That'll give me a straight edge and I won't have to worry about filing there. Okay, so we need to identify these 2 holes in this section. We're told they're 10 millimeter from the edge here and 10 millimeter from the edge here, which in our case is a line. So I'm going to measure in, line it up, and I'm going to mark 10. And this is 74 here, 10 from that is 64. And we have those 2 points, which we will need to center punch because we're going to drill. Now the bottom line then, we have 10 halfway and 10 from this edge. Now we could use our T-square to transfer the lines up. That will work fine. Our center one is 74 divided by 2, which is 37. So I'm just going to mark the 3 of those as per normal. So I'm going to mark 10, and like the other end I'm going to mark 64, and then as we said it is 74 divided by 2, which is 37. Center punch the 3 of those. Now we just have the fillets to worry about now. We're told the radius 10, so we want to put 10 on our dividers. So I'm going to start at 10 and go as far as 20. And then just draw the curves, or the quadrants. That's all relatively easy. So I have that one marked out, and I have the other one done already, so the two of those now. So all we have to do now is drill the holes. We have 4.5s here, 2 6s and 10. And I'm going to drill this one with a 6 first of all, just as a pilot hole for the 10. Right, so before you bend these pieces, there's two things you have to do. One, we need to remove the front grill here because the depth of the bend, 20 millimeters, isn't enough to get over the edge of the grill that is there. The second thing that you want to do is on one side, pick one of the lines, doesn't matter which one, and then transfer it to the other side. So that, because we have to flip it over to bend it, and try and bend the two pieces the same way. So whatever measurement we've flipped over, we're going to bend the other one first. So set it up as carefully as you can. Clamp down carefully. And bend that piece, that line. I'm going to release those now. You can see the bend there. Flip the piece over and do the same again to the line that you transferred to the other side. Again, with careful location of the bend line, careful clamping down. And bend again. Release. And you can now see we have a step in our piece. And because we bent them together, they will have the exact same angle. And that's that piece done. We've heard two of them actually. Nothing too tricky, just to be a little bit careful with the bending. And obviously you have to put the, on this device anyway, if you have a different bending machine it'll be slightly different obviously, put that back on.